Hey, family, good to see y'all. Welcome to Papa Prepper. Appreciate you guys being in here this evening. Start off by seeing who all's in here. Well, y'all been in here for a minute. My name's Legacy. Leslie, good to see you guys. True American Loretta. Um, Thank you for being here. Joe Morgan, good to see you, friend. Um, let's see. Prepared for, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Scroll down through here. Swamp Prepper. Oh boy. Zero evidence of a soul. Stop beating dead horses. Oh, that's cool. Not an opinion. There's literally no evidence. Well, yeah, I mean, you can't believe in something you don't see, right, guys? Whatever. Kick rocks. Um, oh, he kept going. Christians won't solve any problems because they think some guy in the sky will. It's terrible to help you brainwashed folks. Oh, that's cool. See what else he said. What if you're wrong about Christianity and the Quran is true? Then you're going to hell. Hmm. Yeah, I bet that's, yeah, you thought long and hard on that, didn't you, bub? What a great way to start off the night. Sherry Leach, good to see you. Thanks for being here. It's Sunday night. I don't care what they come in here and say. Let's see. Jeep Girl, good to see you. Um, Got Galaxy Rapper, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Let's see who else is here. Papa Prepper, you missed one good conversation. We all got an idea to fill the Putz's bunker with Jello. Credit Shad. I call it Operation Cosby. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Chris Pyatt, good to see you. Kim's Farmet, thanks for being here. Um, let's see. Hey, Cat Lady, good to see you in here. Coral Tigger, good to see you. Richard Christopher, East Kentucky. Good to see you guys. Independent Marine, good to see you, brother. James Davis, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Don Belliman. Wasn't even live yet and already had me a troll. I'm moving up in the world. Tooth Fairy, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Tamara Reynolds, good to see you. Been busy harvesting and dehydrating mullen all day. Or mullen today. That's awesome. Double dipping tonight with you and Prepper Nurse One. Oh, that's all right, Marine. Kevin Miner, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Is that what it is, Mames? Is your cologne attracting all the troll activity? All right. Hey, diabetic prepper, good to see you. Thanks for being here, my friend. So, how did everybody fare this week? It's been hotter than Sadie's here. Sadie. Hades. Lord have mercy. I Speaking of Sadie, I got first prayer request. Our good friends, her daughter had to have their Great Dane put down. Doing very well with it. He was an old guy, but not old enough. He had surgery and had some complications, so uh, she lost a fur baby. So if you guys could say a prayer for her. Like I said, kid, her world revolves around animals. Let's see here. Hopefully he will get to go home with brother and they won't leave him behind. That breaks my heart that they would separate them. Well, corporate made me take down a prayer board I had for customers this week. Are you serious? That's awful. Mm, just one more way to try to hold down God. It ain't gonna happen. Anybody that read the book knows how it ends. Thank you guys for the prayers for her. I appreciate it. Cat Lady says, Papa, keep me in your prayers. Still another surgery in July. Absolutely, Cat Lady. Let's see. Prayers for twins. Still Echo tomorrow on Baby A. He's on GI tube and maybe not released with Twin B. Got it, Coral. Girl, Papa Prepper, please pray for safe travels tomorrow. I have a 4-hour round trip to my specialist in the early morning. Absolutely, Jeep Girl. Hopeful though, after the 2 bottle feeding, that would be awesome if he could go home with his twin. Richard Christopher, Papa, what's the difference between green and blue names? The blue names are moderators, and the green names are Papa's pack. Like everybody has their coffee club, whatever. Buy me a coffee, that kind of thing. It's basically the same thing. And then we decide, where the money is going to go, or stuff like that, like for giveaways or charity. Last month we did a animal rescue donation of, can't remember how much now. Wasn't given a specific reason. Was told it was against corporate policy and could potentially offend people. Yeah, kind of like saying Merry Christmas, right? You are most certainly welcome, Richard. Tamara, Papa Prepper, it's a weed that you can make into tea for lung problems, or some smoke it. It's a healing weed. Well, that's awesome. You could tell I didn't have any idea what that was, couldn't you? I was just going to be polite and not look dumb. But thank you for clearing that up. Tank's crashed out on the couch. Or last time I looked, he was. Got a perfect score on the test that took 4 hours to get done today. That's awesome. World without rule of law. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Jennifer Cruz. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Tank is in bed with Mama, watching Daddy. Oh, gotcha. That dog's lazy. The dog is lazy as sin. See how dumb she thinks I am? Like I'm gonna forget. Chris Pye, Papa Prepper, have you heard from Jim? Yes, I have. And just a second. I'm glad you asked that because I would have maybe forgotten. He texted me this morning. He said, "Hey, Tom, I need a favor. On your stream tonight, have everyone say a prayer for me, please." Um, the next part's kind of private, so I won't read it. But it's he's in some financial trouble a little bit. Actually, he's not sure if he is or not, but it's looking like he might be. Um, so he asked we'd all say a prayer for him. So definitely put Jim in your prayers tonight, please. I miss him in here. Oh, here goes the chat. Hey, Deanna Walters, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Papa, please, can we pray for my friend and neighbor Bart? He got his second dose of vac 3 nights ago, had stroke, ended up in ICU, diagnosed with the 19, passed away this morning. Absolutely, Sherry. I'm sorry to hear that. When are they going to stop? How many people have to go through this? Papa update on food shortage. I just spoke to someone in Ohio Ghosts, seeing see shortages we seeing same I think shortages we see. Okay, thank you, Tigger. I appreciate that. Yeah, me and Mama went to Sam's Club today, and completely out of like sliced cheese and stuff like that, and lunch meat. Like the coolers were completely empty. I mean, they were cool, they were running, they were good to go, but um, no, like how they have the big cheese selections and like any kind of lunch meat you could want, all gone. And they have the signs back up. Um, their packs of chicken is only two per customer. And that's a pretty big restriction in a place as big as Sam's. But like Coral scene where she's at, there was no bacon and ham. And over here, like 40, 45 miles away, absolutely stocked. I mean, the bacon and ham was great in Columbus, but over where she's at, nothing. So I think it's just kind of it's starting to really get sporadic about where they send what to. Hey, Elliot, good to see you, my friend. Glad you made it in here. Now, if we just get, I haven't seen Five Virgins yet. When he gets in here, we got the whole Sunday group. There's Homestead Homeboy. Speaking of the whole Sunday group, good to see you, my friend. B&B Home, good to see you. We are late, but going to bed to start the week. We'll be listening. Prayers to all of you. Thank you, B&B. I appreciate it. Prayers to y'all as well, and God bless. And stay safe. Show pics we got today, babe. Oh, well, yeah, I can. Um, I took pictures while we were in there because some folks in Discord was asking about it since we were going to Sam's Club. And if I can do this, it don't like. There's one of the chicken coolers. I don't know if you can make it out, but it says limit 2 packages per customer. Ain't gonna do it. Nope, ain't gonna do it. And there's another picture. There's the lunch meat, deli case. I mean, it was empty. They even had all the price signs flipped around backwards or laying down on top. Oh my gosh. Whew. But like I said, the bacon was great. What size is that? Those are 10-pound boxes of restaurant style bacon. $40. They were completely full of those. Smoked hickory smoked hickory bacon, $16.98. Completely full of that. Which I mean, it's probably gonna stay there. If you want to survive and not just eat good, people are gonna quit buying this stuff. There's 3 1-pound packs for $12.74. That's not too bad. And this is what we always use. And since we bought this last, has went up $2 since a month and a half ago. That's the Hormel. It's already cooked bacon. You just throw it in the oven or the microwave and heat it up. Awesome bacon. You get like 90. Nope, it's 72 slices now. $14.24. So that's went down 20 slices and up $2. So, I just killed the music. Can't have that. Anyway, rations getting smaller and the price is getting bigger. Let's see. Let me catch back up here. In the name of Yeshua, may the maker of the world hear our praise and our pain, and whatever your will be, then let it be so. Amen. Actually, amen. Either or. Poppaprepper, I'm not seeing shortages here. I don't want my chat. I'm not seeing shortages here in Idaho on meat, but we use Cisco here in Armor, not JBS. We have Armor here. I'm not sure. See, I don't know. A lot of people deliver like Mandy's noticed we was out Saturday and her fuel was getting refilled at her station from an unmarked tanker. It was a Circle K truck, but an unmarked tanker. So again, they're bringing in gas from wherever. Um, let's see. Big Bear Preps. Good to see you, my friend. Elliot says, "Hey folks, I see your messages and I love you all too." I better tell mom about the chicken restriction. She buys their chicken like crazy. You know, and a lot of that, and me and Mandy was talking earlier, they put up these signs and that just makes people panic worse. Not saying you're over panicked or anything, Coral. It just reminded me of the conversation we had. They put up these signs, which meant, like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to get chicken next week, or something like that. And like me, Mandy, and Kylene were all in there. We could all easily bought 2 packs, different transactions, and wiped. I mean, that's 6 big packs of chicken. Do we need it? No, we don't even have room for it. But will people buy it anyway and do that? Absolutely, because they see it's restricted, so they're going to jump all over it. And that's what leads to panic buying and bad things. On the roasted, no, it was the big packs of like chicken thighs, chicken legs, chicken wings, stuff like that. It was just plain chicken. I think they're moving stuff around groceries to cover shortages. That's a possibility. And it seems like that a lot now that I think about it. That could be a very good possibility. And like I said, I've seen a couple things, um, that might just be lack of a delivery, not necessarily a shortage, but like Seymour, um, Walmart, like in the men's clothes, there's like no underwear. And like the socks were, I mean, I've never seen really bare spaces in that section, let alone like everything was gone and it wasn't moved because, I mean, you know how we are. We notice something's gone, we look for it elsewhere to see, and they were nowhere. So I don't know what's going on there. Pops, I'm busy cooking cheeseburgers while I'm painting a table, but I'll keep texting while my fingers are still clean. Flow grown, good to see you, my friend. Okay, just the Tyson cooler, not the roaster. Yeah, just the big bags of Tyson. Well, not really big bags, just big packs. Yeah, and the meat cases, they were low, but there was like a couple of everything. So, I mean, call that what you will. It might have just been a busy day and the butchers are gone, whatever. But they did have a good variety of meat, just not a lot of each choice. Now, I didn't see a restriction on canned vegetables here, homeboy. Hey, Green Thumb, he says bacon. I like bacon as well, sir. Now, I did see that too, cat lady, up here in Seymour. The Gatorade was like very, very sparse, like hardly any. I forgot about that. My shirt says "Body by Bacon." That's cool. I'd like to have one of those. Hey, Zane, good to see you. Hope everyone is doing well, says Green Thumb. We are. Hope you're doing better. I know you had a very rough week with your chickens, man. That's terrible. Joe Morgan, it's because the shipping is slowed. I think our store is out of different stuff than yours here. We packed, but missing stuff made overseas. I think the trucker shortage reason. That's probably right. I really don't think there's a shortage of it. It's just the fact of it being delivered. Because, like I said, underwear, I mean, they run out of underwear. That's going to be a bad situation for a lot of people. It's okay now. I'm here. Welcome, Five. Good to see you, my friend. We're just talking about some local shortages we've all been seeing wherever you happen to be at. Outlaw Prepper, good to see you. Had to go to Walmart to get some pictures, and I noticed there was a note on the door saying They were closing early Monday due to network problems. I got a picture of it. Huh. So they already know they have to close. Which, I mean, I guess that's maybe accurate, but who am I to say? Stars Prepper, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Yeah, we went to Buffalo Wild Wings today. I had both the girls out with me, so we decided to go get some lunch and went to B Dubs. And they literally had a sign hanging by the front register that said, I can't remember the actual words, but please be patient. We're severely understaffed. We're doing the best we can. I mean, and that's terrible, that all these people are deciding just not to work, and the poor people that have to, like, they ain't got no choice. There is no unemployment. There is no, government money coming or whatever. Has to pick up their slack and get yelled at, and customers be rude with them. And I mean, it's not their fault. I mean, they were hustling the whole time, and we didn't even have to wait very long at all for our food. I mean, they were hustling. And they had a softball tournament going on, so there was a whole softball girls team in there, a bunch of other players, and I mean, they were hopping. Hey, six shooter, good to see you, my brother. Thanks for coming, man. Chris Pyatt says if they are selling off the beef out west, it won't be long till those shelves are empty or too high priced to afford. That's absolutely correct. Like I said, as for today, there was a wide selection, but very little quantity of each selection. I'm talking like here's the 80-20 beef. They had some, but there might only be like 3 or 4 packs there. So I can definitely tell we walked Sam's Club today too. My back is giving me fits. Little fish to mean that they know they got a problem coming. Yep. And no, commando is not fine, Mrs. Papa Prepper. Underwear is not optional. Not for this man. Can't do it. My rain soaked garden, I declared done for. Man, I hope not. That's awful, Five. Mine's actually really starting to perk up. All my tomatoes, I was gonna make a makeshift canopy over them out of a tarp, but the rain stopped and there's none forecasted for a few days, and they actually look pretty good today. Like a lot of that water is drained out and the dirt's drying up, and they look a world different today. So I'm glad I didn't cover them, maybe, but we'll see what this week holds. Dollar General store here today was closed because of no workers. Man, that's awful. And propane. Uh, Joe, I think, was talking last night about the propane where he was at. Um, they had very few little propane tanks like the ones you put on your grill or your little heaters, the little cylinders. Now, the big propane tanks, like you put on your outside grill, we're seeing the shortage of them again. They were here for a couple of weeks and now they're disappearing again, which people are doing camping right now, so that might be coincidental, but it's hard to say. Let's see. I thought I seen a new name coming in here. Bonnie, good to see you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Off topic, I was at Family Dollar and I overheard a woman say she's overworked because no one wants to come to work. And that's happening everywhere. You know, I'm afraid it's coming to where the people that are working is going to get fed up and just walk out, you know. Absolutely, Phoenix. That's coming up too. And good to see you. Thanks for being here. Um, the renters thing that's going on, they're getting ready to end that. And if that happens, it's gonna be bad. Worse, worse. Joe, we don't need to know that, brother. I mean, somebody might want to know, but not me. Guns are just door stops without ammo. That's an absolute true statement. Five. Let's see here. Pulled my broccoli because of molting or bolting. Eating greens tonight. That sounds good though. I love greens. Man, I love greens. DG clearance was all about gone. Yeah, we had a little bit of time yesterday. We swung into another one. I think it was yesterday. Nothing. Like party favors and stuff. Like, no, thank you. Hey, it's like I told a cute cashier last year. I said, "You won't die from a dirty butt. You just won't be as social." Absolutely, man. Chris Pyatt, Papa, do you know the difference between the $20 and $30 Sawyer Mini? Which is best? The only difference that I know of is I know the $30 one I seen comes with the gravity bag you can fill with water, hang up, and it might be a little bigger. Um, but as far as I know, if it doesn't come with anything, like the $30 one I seen, actually it was like 27, I think, but it came with the water bladder and the hoses and of course the filter, and it might have. I think it came with a bottle as well to screw on to catch the water. But I think that's the. And I don't take that as gospel or nothing because I'm not exactly sure. But Chris, that's the only difference I remember seeing. Yeah, we got a place in town where we can fill ours up too, Jeep Girl, and it is a lot cheaper if they have it. Well, thank you very much, Bonnie. I appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot. Speaking of chickens, um, you guys know I've been having trouble with Avery, my turkey. Actually, no problem with him. Problem with the hens. They really don't care for him. So I've had him in a cage inside the coop with them for the last 2 weeks, and I finally decided yesterday was sink or swim, buddy. You're either gonna stand up for yourself, or you're gonna have to go somewhere else because he's getting too big to stay in this cage. And he did just fine. They squabbled around for a few minutes, but he's finally big enough. He kind of set him straight pretty quick. And I checked on him again today, and no scratches, no cuts, no bleeding. So I think he's gonna work out. We've been trying to stock up on kids' underwear and socks too. Kids are growing fast and had a hard time finding them last summer. Hmm. Well, thank you, six shooter. Actually, Five Virgins Prepper turned me on to this, which I apologize, Five. I didn't know you had emailed me again, but I have had my Pandora on that Blue Highway radio ever since I read that. And that's a really good station. I don't know if you have Pandora six shooter, but there's a lot of good bluegrass, just regular bluegrass and bluegrass hymnals. And it's like they play everything. Really good stuff. Five, get out of debt. Have I said it yet? Get out of the cities. Doom, doom. Actually, you forgot a doom. You usually say doom 3 times. Just saying. Just messing with you, brother. He just keeps saying it because he knows he's right. Let's see. I've never had the broccoli greens, but I love collard greens. If they're better than collards, you got something good. I haven't had collard greens and man, a long time. See, my girls don't like stuff like that, and I ain't gonna buy it and take all the time to cook collard greens and stuff if it's just me eating it. And I've got to where I don't. You wouldn't think to look at me, but I'm running on very little food anymore. But I don't want to get into that. So it's just something I'm going through. I got to make a doctor's appointment, get some stuff figured out. So the only under drawer size Walmart is short on is mine. Amazon coffee is cheaper than grocery stores. That is true. I have seen that. Um, Actually, I seen at Sam's tonight the great big cans of Folgers. I think it's like the 72-ounce cans, like the big tall ones. I think they're on sale for $6 and some change right now at Sam's. Collards are the state vegetable here. No, not really. Papa Mr. B said you're to get a can of Glory Greens. Said for me to get a can of Glory Greens. Hmm. I'll write that down. Are they kind of already like pre-cooked? Glory, is that what I said? Yeah, I'll definitely try that. Wish we could get out. Can't afford anything in the rural areas. Basically, you're going to pay at least 30% above what it's worth, and that 30% has got to be cash. Absolutely. We've seen that here. As a house right up the street from us just sold for $124,000, and I'm telling you, all they done was put fresh windows in it and slap some new trim up, and they might have repainted it. I'm not sure, but this house ain't worth maybe 60 grand, 70 tops, and they sold it for $120,000. And there is a brand new house that sold up here a year or so ago for 160,000. But I mean, it's not even worth that. I wouldn't think. It's not very big. It's nothing fancy. It's just a little square house. But yeah, rural land, man. It's if you've got land, hang on to it. Add a shot of apple cider vinegar with cinnamon and turmeric. It has regulated my sugars along with diet and meds. No, I have not tried that. Apple cider vinegar with cinnamon and turmeric. I will give that a shot. Now, do you do that like once a day? I'm guessing. My freaking turkey must be on drugs or something. Every time I go to feed them, he tries to attack me. He better be glad I love him. Somebody told me a couple weeks back that I might regret at getting the turkey because they can flip on you and they will be very mean. Yeah, at Sam's Club, Elliot, the big cans of Folgers, like 72, I think it's 72 ounces. They're $6 and some change at Sam's here. Are you being serious, Homestead Homeboy? You never tried coffee? I will definitely try the Glory Greens. I'll definitely have to find those. Glory greens are great, but no greens are complete without pepper sauce. That's what I got too, Coral, because nobody here drinks coffee but me, so I use a Keurig and just I buy generic coffee. It don't bother me as long as it's caffeine pumping into my blood. I'm good. I get a lot of Kroger brand K cups. And I love the French roast. Ours for 220,000, and that was underpriced. Phoenix says a lot of sellers are not willing to take a contingency. I like coffee, but I wouldn't turn down a good hot tea like chai. I uh, I don't care much for hot tea unless I'm sick. Now, if I'm sick, I love hot tea, but I'm just not a fan. Let's see. Lost my chat. Where'd it go? Here we go. We get the great value donut shop medium roast. It's really good. Big can, six pods are 96 for $19. That is a good buy. Apple cider vinegar. There are multiple uses for that, and so keep this in mind, family. Hey, we the people. Good to see you, my friend. In the morning every day, have water chaser with it, Papa. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Deanna, we have wild turkeys here too until turkey season rolls around. Then you can't find them dudes for nothing. I was planning on selling my home last year when the virus hit, not going to do it now. Too much of a rush. We'll wait till after the falling, hoping things will calm down. Right. Hey, B Charming, good to see you. Papa, is that the regular Folgers at Sam's? Is uh, muddy water. I like Folgers. But yeah, it's just regular Folgers, whatever breakfast roast or whatever it's called. Hey, Blue Vandal, good to see you. He says, try male sheep with his females. He dang near broke my back after blindsiding me. That ain't no good. I know sheep are good to have, but that sounds pretty dangerous. Angie Morris, good to see you. I just used apple cider vinegar and strips of brown paper bags for poison ivy, and it works. That's good to know. In my house, everyone but the baby drinks coffee. Absolutely. I admit it. I'm a coffee snob, says Mames. I'm not really. I mean, there's some coffee that's just gross, but I'm really not too picky when it comes to coffee. Papa Prepper, try Twinings Irish breakfast tea with half and half and honey. Where can you get that at, Diabetic Prepper? Yeah, sweet tea. That's my favorite. Well, I get the diet, but it's sugar free. Tommy, try hibiscus tea. Hmm. I'll write down the hibiscus and that Irish breakfast tea. Everything's worth a shot. Score, just found pumpkin spice keto creamer. I'm gonna be using it come fall. Pumpkin spice is my downfall. I My gosh, I can pumpkin spice anything. I love it. I had to cut way back on it this past year, but man, I love pumpkin spice. I buy the Victor Allen coffee in the big item section of Wally World. Less than $8 for a 4 pound canister. It's good too. I have to try that. Watch Cowboy Kent Rollins on YouTube make coffee. Oh, I don't need no help staying awake. But yeah, I've heard double dead. I'll knock your socks off. Folgers Colombian K cups. I've got some of those in there. I haven't tried them. I got several different kinds. I got some for Christmas, and I'm still going through them. I've got a lot of K cups. Classic roast Folgers. I mean, that's really about my favorite. I will try vacuum sealing my coffee to see if it makes a difference. I don't know if it would or not. Yeah, absolutely, that Galaxy. It's poppaprepper at yahoo.com. Get Twinings tea at the grocery store. Okay. Christ first, Christ first, prep next. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Green tea with ginseng and honey. Are you leaving us, Be Charming? See you later. God bless and stay safe. Peppermint tea is pretty good, and sleepy time good for nerves. With people says you have to send me some double dead coffee sometime. You'll be wound down. That's a good question, Mrs. Papa Prepper. Does anyone add salt to their coffee when they brew it? And I'll tell you why she's asking that. Hey, Christ is the answer. Good to see you. Did y'all see the pumpkin spice spam last year? No, no. I'm the angry prepper on that. I can't stand spam. That's one. pumpkin spice that I can live without. I get everyone hooked on Double Dead. LOL. They should pay me kickback. We was somewhere and seen a lady brewing coffee, and she took salt shaker and added it to the coffee grounds before she brewed it. Yeah, that's when we was having breakfast the other day. It was I'd never seen it before, but it was good coffee. I mean, that's what I order, and it was really good coffee. I've got one 5. They said 5 said, speaking of coffee, you need to get the old fashioned perk pot. It can be used on an open fire. Yep, you best believe it. That's some of the best coffee you'll ever have is campfire coffee. There ain't nothing better. American Loretta said her parents put salt in the coffee. Shorty put salt in the coffee. Huh. It's supposed to make it less acidic. Never tried it. Says diabetic prepper. Sherry says she adds it, takes bitterness away. Huh. I never knew it. And Maine uses salt in her cowboy coffee. Well, that's cool. I never knew that. I've never had I seen anybody put salt in coffee. Not well that I knew of. Huh. Anyone else keep instant coffee in their bug out bag? I got some. Absolutely, sir. Elliot, this lady, it was like a big bun coffee maker. So that makes, I think, whatever, 16 cups maybe. And she literally just took the salt shaker and like 2 or 3 times and she was done. Zane says turn the salt shaker over once, just a sprinkle. Absolutely, Marine. Nothing better than camp perked coffee on open fire. 5 says they use distilled water for coffee, no bitterness. The Messiah has stated what salt can do for the body, but scientists say it's unhealthy. Yeah, you can't live without salt. I don't care what they say. I mean, you have to have salt. And I don't mean just because of the flavor or because you like it. I mean, you're absolutely right. You have to have salt. It is good for you in moderation, of course. But, whoop, sorry, guys, trying to tear down my desk. My grandpa taught me to add salt to my coffee and still make it that way. That's cool. I never knew it. Daddy used eggshells in his perked coffee. Huh. I don't know if I ever have now or not. Christ is the answer because I never knew it was a thing, and then I saw, and I've drank coffee at this same place many times, so I've probably had it there before. But that's the first of my knowledge that I've had salt in my coffee, and it was really good coffee. Rumor has it that salt pills can reduce sweat. I mean, that would make sense. Scientists also say it's okay to. Wow. Oh, all right. Let me check it right quick. Galaxy. See what's going on here.
We give you more ways to save on the fresh you love with tools like the JC app, where you can find personalized coupons on top of weekly sales, giving you prices that are lower than the everyday low. JC, fresh for everyone.
And right now, you'll find more ways to save when you buy 6 or more participating sale items. You'll save 50 cents each with card. See.
I will check it out, Galaxy. I'm going to leave it open so I don't forget. But I would definitely check it out. Oh, everything they say, yeah, absolutely not true. They also tell you that, the fats in bacon and all that stuff is bad for you. It's killer. No, it's not. That's the good fat. There is good fat. We will know the end has come when there's no more coffee. Just kidding. That'll seem like the end, won't it, 5? Garth Wagner, good to see you, my friend. Thanks for being here. Says a pinch of salt takes away the bitter aftertaste of some coffees. It's good to know, man. Sugar or bourbon in my coffee? LOL. Maybe a touch of honey. I've seen people putting honey and bourbon in their coffee. Well, and sugar. I drink mine black. Every once in a while, I'll use a splash of milk or something, but Carolina, Carolina family preppers. Man, I'm having a bad time tonight. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. They said I dump coffee out and drink Mountain Dew. Elliot said, Big Papa, the Almighty told me in a weird way that you need to have a duo with Rev. Rev's been on here before, him and Six Shooter, and it's always a good time. I love it. I just said last night, anytime either one of them want to come on over or I can go over there, just shoot me an email. Hey, Bob William, good to see you too. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. 5 says there will be root beer in heaven. I think I told you guys about mine and Mandy's conversation. We were listening to bluegrass. It was a cappella bluegrass the other day. And that harmonizing was just perfect, spot on. I said, my heaven, that's what angels are going to sound like. And I firmly believe that. B&B home, prayers for Tuesday mammogram. Found out I had cancer 2 years ago. Confident God healed me. Grateful he gave me Mr. B. Absolutely, B&B. Everybody keep B&B home in your prayers, please. Joe Morgan, I'm to a point. I'll do what I want to. Hell with follow the science crowd. They lost all cred last year. Absolutely. I used to do that too, Karen. I used to drink more creamer than coffee. It was hazelnut. That's my favorite creamer. If I'm going to use creamer, it's hazelnut. Problem with salt pills is that if you can dehydrate you and if you have high BP, it can kill you. I was going to check in, like read into that because I thought that's kind of where my head went with the people. Like somebody with high blood pressure, that's probably not a good idea. Six Shooter says, I'm looking forward to the camp out and playing some bluegrass. Amen. Me too. I cannot wait. Elliot says, in the name of Yeshua, may you watch over our brothers and sisters, and we also pray for our Israel. Amen. Amen. I should have went on StreamYard tonight. Sticks could have jumped on here with me. Oh yeah, diabetic. We'll definitely be doing some live streaming from the camp out. I guarantee you that. Probably at weird times too. Absolutely five. Almost all canned foods are packed full of sodium. I mean, very unhealthy. Blue Vandal, please don't judge, lol. But in high school, all I listened to was Blink 182. Someone made an album of all their top songs, but sung it in bluegrass. It's awesome on YouTube somewhere. I've seen a lot of those. I've seen where people, they've done the Eagles, they've done Metallica. Um, who else was it? Oh, it's, Leonard Skinner. A lot of old bands are getting bluegrass covers, and they're really good. But I mean, they kind of stray away from traditional bluegrass as far as the sound goes, but it's still pretty cool. Absolutely, six. Just let me know, man, whenever, because I know we're all busy right now this time of year. I know, right, Garth? But I'm telling you, it sounds really cool. And there's a lot of different bluegrass bands that do a lot of different, like cover the same artist. So you just kind of pick through them. But it is pretty cool. Yeah, the low sodium canned goods they are out there, but it is hard to find and usually costs more. I haven't really listened to much Newgrass Five.
I might have to go to work
Why?
because my truck's not there. He's looking to see where they're at.
What's that mean?
It means I was supposed to get delivered tonight and they're not there yet.
So you're gonna have to go and put it away?
So I'll have to go let them in.
All right, let me know. If I have to end early, I'll go with you. Love you. That is the worst part about having a spouse that's a manager of a store. Of course, 10 o'clock they close. She's supposed to get a delivery today. No delivery yet. But they'll be there sometime tonight. And there's nobody there to let them in. So that means she's going to have to go to work to let them in. And she's not really supposed to drive at night. Can someone imagine James Hetfield headbanging with a banjo? Yeah, it'd be different. I got to go, but everyone watch for Surprise Live next weekend on my channel. We the people, I hadn't got to that yet. I was going to announce that tonight. Because this is usually my biggest crowd is Sunday nights. But yeah, surprise. But no, we the people, he's going to have a surprise live. It's going to be a pop up random live, and he's doing a giveaway, EDC giveaway, and a lot of cool prizes. So be watching. So anytime you see him pop up, you best go check it out. Big Bear Preps chicken breast here is $85 for a 40-pound box right now. That's not 40, 80, $2. That's not bad. Papa Prepper, hey, Cat Lady Prepper 2 said, just sent message. Cops have been there, man running loose trying to kill people. Pray for her family until they catch him. Oh my gosh. Absolutely. What is wrong with people? Tell Mrs. Papa to watch for those killer deer. Yeah, that's no joke around here. Thank you for posting his link, Don. I appreciate it. Just hope YouTube don't delay the notification on We the People live feed. They have been good for that lately. Absolutely. Sound like they got somebody on the loose. Man running loose trying to kill people. Man. I know, right, Mames? It's like one thing after another for that woman. Absolutely, Bob William. Lock and loaded. YouTube is not coming up on Roku. Huh. I can't check ours without going to the living room. That's what we use too, is Roku. Hey, Prepper Book Club. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. The world's gone nuttier than a squirrel tease. Like, I know what you meant. Y'all leave a little DNA on that like button. Thanks, Chris Pyatt. I appreciate it. Today is going very well, Prepper Book Club. Thanks for asking. How you doing? Just smoking some ribs on the Traeger right now. I love smoking meat. That kind of sounds dirty, but you know what I mean. So I have a question. How many of us are like me and haven't turned on the AC yet this year and been trying to save a buck? Brother, mine's been on for 2 weeks, especially this week. This big boy don't do good in heat. Like, I mean, I can do good in heat, like outside doing stuff, but when I want to go cool down, the house has got to be cooled off while we still can. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I said earlier, diabetic prepper. I said, see how dumb she thinks I am? She puts my coffee in a cup that says coffee, like I'm going to forget. Elliot, temps above 80 are life threatening for me. Mine's been cranked. Yeah, it's my my blood pressure medicine makes me like the heat's not really dangerous for me, but the sun, like the sun, I burn quick. I just get nasty hot and just I get physically like very ill. I mean, I can go out and mow the yard and stuff like, but if it's like an all day thing, I'm gonna be sick as a dog that night. Ours is off and on. Our dog can't take the heat. He's old. Have a dilemma. And on that note, have you ever? Well, if any of you guys got American bulldogs, did you know they sunburn? They sure do. Tank will sunburn if he stays out in the direct sun too long. Phoenix says, have a dilemma. A pigeon has decided to live over my door 1 week now. Biblical meaning of this visitor brings peace and love. Coos a lot. Should I keep feeding her or scare her away? I'd feed her. Keep her there. I mean, that's a very peaceful sign. I mean, that's I wouldn't get rid of her. Shoo, Prepper Book Club says it's 106 here right now. Got the AC, got fans, got cool drinks. It hit about 93 here yesterday, I think. But far cry. It's probably about as hot today. James Davis said I had to turn the AC on. It's been over 100 degrees or over 90 degrees in Utah. Tomorrow is going to be 100. LOLT. I'm allergic to the sun. I swear I'm part vampire. That's literally how the doctor explained it to me with my medicines. They said you will basically be allergic to the sun. Like you can handle it for a while, but and it's not just really the blood pressure, it's the anxiety. I think it's like a combination more than just one particular med. What meds are you on for BP? Lisinopril. Try wrapping a cool wet rag around your neck. Will keep you cooler while working. Yep, I do that. Carolina family said AC been on last 2 months. Keep it 69 in my house. That's what we keep ours on. Winter and summer, 69 degrees. Not political, but Biden is messing with the military cadets, trying to force them to take the jab or else. They're really, I, no, there's got to be like a hidden underground group, you know, that we don't know anything about yet. And they're just watching this stuff and just waiting. And one of them, you know, they're going to snap one of these days. You know, maybe somebody like the Proud Boys, something like that, on a little more hardcore, you know, like they portray patriots and, you know, Republicans, conservatives as, you know, extremists and um, things like that. And I'm sure there are very underground groups, clubs that are just waiting for it to pop off. And I'm wondering, you know, if there is such a group or groups, how much more they're going to take. I'm nosy, so if Cat Lady lives near what I'm looking at, y'all pray. Oh gosh, what'd you find, Chris? Because she lives down. Actually, she lives right around, not like right beside, but I think Independent Marine, Homestead. They all live right around the same basic area. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too, Garth. It's like everybody being real quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this stuff's just ramping up and getting worse and worse and worse. So, are they just waiting until they can't take no more and they're gonna snap? You know what I'm saying? Or uh, I don't know. Time will tell. What did you find out, Chris? Like, was something bad happen there? Or high speed chase, three guys jumped out and ran. They are on the loose. Oh my gosh. I live about 20 miles from Cat Lady. Well, homeboy, you best be locked and loaded, brother. Three of them jumped out and ran, and they're on the loose. Definitely be praying for y'all. Oh, my Carolina Reaper peppers plants died from the rain. They were expensive seed. Yeah, mine's not looking too hot either, man. I feel you. Yeah, those Reaper seeds, my gosh. Because I looked everywhere, nobody had them. I found one ghost pepper, and that was at Lowe's. But I ordered Carolina Reaper seeds. I think for 10 seeds it was like $6 and some change. And that was the closest and the cheapest that I could find. So I feel your pain, man. Mine's looking pretty grim too. Now, as far as the jab and the agenda is concerned, we've entered into a period of what I call a strange net period before they try something else. And so when it gets quiet before the storm, yeah, they're getting ready. I mean, it's getting ready to get worse. I feel. I mean, half of my stuff is dying too. It was looking great, and almost overnight just started dying. See, that's what I was going. My tomatoes and peppers, because peppers hate moist. Like, you know, you can easily overwater pepper plants. That's what I'm saying. And tomatoes like a lot of water, but man, this last 2 weeks, especially last week, just every day rain, and mine were looking bad. And then today, like yesterday evening and today, complete 24-hour cycle with no rain, and they're looking better. So I'm hoping I got lucky. This heat is murdering my peppers and tomatoes. Now the peppers that I got in the ground, they're doing great. Um, with the rain and stuff, but everything I had in pots, and I mean, I got drainage and all that. Um, they just, I don't know, just they couldn't dry out, and everything's looking bad. But like I said, today they look better, so there's still hope. My potatoes, my gosh, my potatoes have gone nuts. If nothing else, I'm gonna have plenty of taters. Well, I won't have plenty of taters because this is the first year I ever tried to plant them, so I didn't like go overboard in case I messed up. But I got two of the big black fabric potato bags. They're full, going nuts, and I got a big flower pot. I don't know, probably a foot and a half, 2 feet tall, about the same size around. Containers of potatoes, and they're doing great. My broccoli and my pickles, they're doing amazing. Everything, my cabbage is doing fair. Must be something in the air today. We have multiple car chases. Someone tapped a motorcycle, and the motorcycle crew started busting out car windows, called in all the troops to break it up. Wow. Oh, absolutely diabetic. Yeah. When you're handling them reapers and the ghost peppers and even habaneros, jalapenos can light you up. Yeah, you want to make sure you wear gloves. They will light you up. Now the reapers, they're too hot for me. I mean, I'll put a little bit in some salsa when I make salsa this year, but I'm growing them more for a buddy of mine. He wants to make like extremely hot salsa, but to me, the Reaper pepper, it's just hot. I mean, I don't even taste the pepper. It's just instant burning of your tongue. And I swear it even makes your teeth burn. So there is too hot, and I think the Reapers are too hot. There is so much coming out about the vax affecting people. Yeah, and they keep playing it off as, there's nothing to see here. And it's probably till the day I die. That's what this whole thing is about, is population control. The weather is messing up my garden too. One week it's 100, the next week it's in the 70s, then it jumps to 110. And that's been talked about too, that they can make the weather do things. And it's almost like they're sabotaging crops. Look at California. California, I mean, some of you folks are probably from, I know a couple of you are, and like their drought is insane. I mean, it's just dust. Farmers are selling cattle to buy water to truck in for their crops, or because they can't afford to haul water in for the crops and the livestock, they're selling the livestock. I mean, it's not going to end. It's too this stuff is getting it's too far gone. And my almost 100% believe that there's no coming back from this. Even if everything was just to level out right now, I think it would take years to even get back to what we consider normal. Hey, Brett's Worship Channel. Good to see you, man. And thanks for smacking that like button. I appreciate it. Maybe they got the jab and our brains are swelling, making them go mad. At Elliot, we have been praying for years for change, and here we go. Exciting times we live in. Yep. Marine says, well, they keep letting the crazies from prison out from prison due to COVID. This will continue until some with sense get back in power. Yeah, I mean, they're letting convicts go left and right. That should not be just because. Oh, change is coming, sister, and in ways I can't explain to you. You're absolutely right, Elliot. Which is a good time to bring this up. I shared a video today on my community tab, and I think I posted it in Discord as well, maybe. Um, the channel was called, help me out, Joe. Was it God's, or was it God, Family, and Guns? I think that sounds right. But he really put in he put it in perspective today. He was talking about, people going to church and mostly the bigger churches, how, they're only open on Sundays. They sit empty 6 days a week. Maybe have a Bible study or something on Wednesday nights. Yeah, people pay their tithes. They, put in the offering plate and everything. And these churches don't even do like food drives, don't help homeless shelters, don't do this, don't do that. But they have big dinners or cookouts for the church. And uh, he had several different things. But the video was all centered around the church. Are they feeding you or feeding themselves? And of course, he was talking about not helping the less fortunate, but he was also talking about your soul. Like you're going to church, you sit there, you say a little prayer, they play some music, you pray again, somebody gives a sermon for 45 minutes, and you pray again, you might sing another song, and you leave. And that's where church ends for 6 days. That's where that church ends for 6 days. It sits empty the rest of the week. Nobody, coming and going, no lights on, locked doors. And, that's not how a church is supposed to run. A church is open 7 days a week, 365. And church is not about sitting in a building, passing around a collection plate, talking about the building fund and stuff like that. Now, I get it. Churches have maintenance. They have bills just like we do. I get that. And, you know, like the Pentecostal church where I live, I mean, it's a big church. And they did just build a big new sanctuary. But they also, I mean, they've been to Jordan. They've been to, oh, uh, they've been to several like third world countries. I mean, they do mission trips all the time, spreading the word of God, and they take care packages and stuff with them. And, they do um, church camp a week out of the summer, and that's totally funded by them. And they could have anywhere from 150 to 500 kids. I mean, it's ridiculous. The amount of, I mean, not ridiculous, but like mind blowing. The amount of kids that come up here. They're a good church. They're an actual. That's what church should be. Um, and I mean, they have morning and evening Sunday service. They have Monday night Bible study. They have Wednesday night worship. They have another Bible study Friday night, and then Sunday starts all over again. But a lot of these churches, and I know some of you viewers, subscribers, have been going through this at your church. You know, a lot of y'all um, have already seen in your churches how they're starting to preach the wrong agenda, the wrong words. You know, they're wanting to put these thoughts in y'all's heads. And a lot of these churches, Google it, YouTube it. You know, a lot of these churches are teaching, you know, like the vaccine is the new savior. Um, Literally, they are giving praise and thanks to this vaccine instead of God. And it's sickening how they're running. Um, that they're just totally cashing in on this whole thing, and church isn't church anymore. We as a prepper community judge hard on people, like with the jab. There are people that got it where they felt no choice, and that's absolutely right, Carrie. Absolutely right. Um, I'm not. We don't. I'm not judging people that did. You know, my father-in-law, he felt that he had to get it. I mean, he's in a nursing home. They were very. I mean, he's not like compromised, you know, to where no underlying conditions that would affect him COVID wise, I guess is what I'm saying. Like his respiratory, everything's fine. He just has Parkinson's and slight dementia. But, you know, they were very suggestive and, you know, like you really should get this. And even his wife, RSD, you know, begged him not to do it. And he did it anyway. But I mean, I've got loved ones that's taken it. You know, no, no hate or judgment from here, from me. And you know, most of the people in here, they're the same way. They got loved ones that's taken it, or they've taken it themselves. You know, but what I'm getting at is like the churches and you know putting it up on a pedestal like it should be right up there with God, and it's not. It's you know when you put your faith in that vaccine, that means you're taking your faith out of God. Now, if you believe in a vaccine more than the healing power of God, he's going to frown on that. I mean, I'm sorry. That's just you know, RSD. She is so. I mean, she has autoimmune disorder. She has muscular dystrophy. I mean, she has like three different electrical devices in her body. I mean, she is highly susceptible to all this stuff. And we go out, she goes out, you know, we pray on it, and she's yet to even so much as get the sniffles. Praise God. But I firmly believe in the power of prayer. And if you turn away from that and, you know, like churches were praying for the availability of this vaccine, that's not right. I believe we get here and now that's it that stupid shot's goal is to ruin relationships. And there's that too. It's causing a big divide. You know, and that's what they're banking on is to pit the vaccinated against the non-vaccinated. It's already starting. And you know, I'm not saying all churches are bad. You know, that's far from what I'm saying. I'm just saying, you know, you discernment comes in to affect a lot on it. I think, you know, but some, you know, they don't even get me started on like Joel Olstein and all them. They're not preachers, they're not pastors, they are motivational speakers. That's all they are. Period. And that's not me judging, that's me stating fact. Good night, Bob William. Thank you for being here. God bless you as well and be safe. Well, and I mean, yeah, it does amplify their temper, that the people that's got the jab. But I get it. I mean, there's people that think that, they were doing the best thing and maybe it was the best thing for them. Who knows? Nobody that's between them and the Father, I'm not like I said, I don't judge people that's had it. There's plenty of people that I wish hadn't got it, you know, but I'm not Christian or Catholic, Jehovah Witness, nor Mormon, nor Jewish, Muslim, but I am a Nazarene and I believe in Yeshua and the feast days and Torah. And though we have grace, works without faith is dead. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You've been on the road for hours, covered 527 miles, listened to 3 podcasts, had 2 calls with your mom, and 1 with your sister.
Now I'll quit ranting now, guys. I'll try to get back onto the chat here. I'm sorry. I'll get off my soapbox.
There's a meal for every moment at McDonald's.
Like a Pacific double with small fries or crispy 6-piece chicken McNuggets and small fries for just $3 each.
One thing that Biden and Trump have in common is Kevin Copeland. Uh, yeah, and Trump. I mean, honestly, and I don't even know if it's lesser really, but a lot of folks seen him and I seen him, like the lesser of the two evils. It's still government. It's still corrupt. You know, it's just we. There's a lot more of us than there are Democrats or people that believe in the Democratic agenda, and Trump knows that. So of course he's going to be the all. I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad guy, whatever. I'm just saying, of course he's going to come off as the all American, root for the home team, bleed red, white, and blue, and he's not the first president to do that. That was actually corrupt. They're all, you go in a regular man, you come out of politics. That's just fact. I think we're putting people in a category. Jab means temper. I know many had it and no change, but they did it to say goodbye to dying elderly relatives. No, I don't think the jab. I think what they were saying is the people that have had it take offense. You know, like when we talk about not getting it, and we talk about people that have got it, it's the same way. Like already, like people that have got it think that it's bad that we don't do it because that means we don't care about our family, we don't care about ourselves, and not all of them say that, but there is a big majority that does. And what it all comes down to, and the point I'm trying to make, is that's exactly what's happening. It's exactly that. They're getting stereotyped just like the non-vaxxed people are getting stereotyped as non-caring, non-compliant. We couldn't give a rat's butt about anything but ourselves. And it's all coming down to they want division, and that's what they're getting. You know, and I mean no disrespect to Carrie Berry or anybody that I, I absolutely, like I said, I have loved ones that's taken it. I have loved one that's probably going to take it, and I don't think any less of them. But hold on, just a second, guys. Excuse me. No, I take no disrespect. My point was, I don't. My point was, we have to not pass judgment. Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely. I get that completely. I actually take pride in this channel being a non-judgmental. I don't care what you believe in. I mean, I care. Don't take, I don't want anybody to take that the wrong way. Um, whatever you do or don't follow, whatever you do or don't believe in, I mean, that's everybody's prerogative. If I was trying to push my beliefs, I'd be as bad as the next guy, that is known for it, or whatever. Um, but absolutely not. If somebody was to come in here and said, "Hey, I've got the vax and I feel great, never been better," and nobody's gonna boo them out of here or nothing like that. This ain't the place for that. I promise you. I always had to defend my life and my mother's life to say goodbye to grandma who had her rights violated, so I refused in the worst possible way. And I understand that too, Joe. I mean, absolutely. Now I lost my train of thought. I had too many thoughts going on at once. It's safe to assume that everyone on this channel believes in what is good and not evil. Let's be clear on that one, family. Absolutely. No matter if you're a believer in Christ or non believer, and we all know what's right and what's wrong. We all know what's evil. We all know what's good. Clearly. Those pastors are all part of the apostolic reformation movement. They helped me out when I first got saved, but they're hyper grace and prosperity churches. it, it was close, Joe. It was close. Five says I took the Jesus jab 49 years ago. Amen. Um, yeah, basically what I was saying earlier before I got off on the jab and everything is just when you go to church, pay attention. You know, I mean, don't like I said, I'm not saying all churches are bad, but a lot of churches are derailing from what should actually be preached and preyed upon, and you know because being a somebody's got the jab or not, you know you shouldn't think of it as a savior, just period. you know Big Papa the Almighty showed me in a way that you and Rev need to do. Oh, we will. We've done it before. We're both down for it, just whenever. Tell them to back up. They're shedding crap. God is love, but He is to be feared. Absolutely, Father. Yeah, he's not afraid to let His wrath fly. Not that He necessarily looks forward to it, but He ain't afraid to do it either. I mean, He made them. Uh, and of course, there's Sodom and Gomorrah, and then you know made them wander around in the wilderness for 40 years just because they were, you know, um, unthankful and grumbling and, this and that. And, well, he showed them, you know, you can't. I mean, and I know people question God. They question, like, why don't he answer my prayers? Why don't he, they say, if, well, they don't say, it says, the book of God, the word, the Bible, it says if you're lukewarm, if you're neither hot nor cold, lukewarm is worse. Basically, the rest of the week like a hooligan, you know, that's, you can't, he despises that. He warned many of the churches back, you know, that I'm about to spit you out of my mouth. Like I didn't even know you, you know. Look at what's happening around the world. He has my attention. He answers. Oh, he absolutely answers. But, the people that thought that like that Garth Brooks song, some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. Think of some of the things you might have prayed on or asked for through prayer when you were younger, and if that would have actually happened, you could be miserable right now. It could have totally changed your life for the wrong, all the way around wrong. And he saved you from that. My stepfather would not allow me in his mother's house today without a mask on since I'm not vaxxed. They have both been vaxxed as they fear COVID and don't devote any real time to the Bible. And again, I mean, all you can do is pray for them, BZ. And thank you for being here. I behave as a savage, thus things are as they should be. I don't have my foot in two worlds. I do what I can, best I can. I understand that completely, Joe. And you never know, man. One thing, it'll, like it did me just one day. I was the same way, man. And I'm not saying, I'm not nagging on you or anything, but one day, man, he hit me like a ton of bricks. I had to pull over on the side of the road in my car because I was praying, crying, and hyperventilating all at the same time. Just out of nowhere, man. Just nowhere. It's, and I'm not saying I'm living completely right now because I'm not. I know I'm not, but I'm working on it. We're all working on it. I hope. Loretta, you calling me names? Bellman, nope. It was taken care of very well by Poopa. Now I'm Poopa, Papa Poopa. Southern Prepper One just posted 7 million rounds of ammo hijacked. Did it say by who? Like, or did it have any? Like, was it a terrorist group, or did it just disappear? The vaxxed people are to be feared. They are carrying a live disease, a live virus. Now that is true. You can't, no disrespect, no judgment, none of that stuff, but that is true. They're carrying a live virus. Either you be hot or cold, for if you lukewarm, I will spew you out of my mouth. Exactly, Carolina Family Preppers. Thank you very much. Like I said before, when it comes to actually quoting the scripture, I'm not the guy, but I know it's in there. Papa Poopa, yeah. Ain't no one good, Papa. Only Yeshua is good, but you can be in pursuit of what is good, like AKA Torah. Now, see, I don't follow. I don't keep the Torah. You know, I mean that's just That's just me. That's the power. I don't disagree with anybody that does. I'm just you guys still see me? Are we good now? It said I didn't have a connection for a minute. Well, Yeshua knows who's a Luke, and you're right. I'm not arguing with that. I saw that too. Five that the police are even running it. Can't get a hold of ammo. Yep, I'm here. Papa Poopa sounds like a new food. I wouldn't eat nothing called Papa Poopa. Yeah, Joe, you could be a good kid and share with the class. Let me ask you, Papa, do you kill? Do you steal? Absolutely not. Just the occasional little bit of wildlife for food. That's right, Joe. You stick to your story. Oh, cup's empty. 100% sure of two things. First is Jesus. Second is I don't know everything. Absolutely. I didn't say there was a problem, man. I meant like the um, eating of the bacon and the stuff like that. I didn't say there was no problem. Canada has committed to 100 million vax to poor, poor, poor countries at the summit. And I didn't mean to offend you, Elliot, if I did. Well, yeah, unclean food is unhealthy. Yes, it's true. And yes, it's unholy. Well, in the Old Testament, but in the New Testament, God said, He put everything here for us, and we could consume, and it wasn't evil and it wasn't unholy. So that's what I'm saying. It's just, it's just two different beliefs, and that's totally fine. Blessings to you, Papa Prepper. Any thoughts on Israel now ousting their 12-year prime minister to put a guy in that they say is more right? Maybe he's a wolf in sheep's clothing to start a war. I really, I really don't know either way on that. I really don't. I mean, there's so much. It any way they go, it's a like you know walking through a landmine every day. I mean, there's never going to be peace over there. It don't matter. I mean, who's in control of them. I mean, yeah, it could be better, it could be worse, but my honest opinion is there's never going to be peace until the very end. And blessings to you as well, BZ. Right, Don. Before we, it's coming on 11 o'clock. Before we end this in a few minutes, is there any more prayer requests? I don't know. They say they are behind for vax here. Yeah, they're still claiming. Oh, Sherry. That's Canada. My bad. Yeah, Blue Vandal's exactly right. It's religious warfare, and it has been for thousands of years, and it's going to continue. But Sherry said they're behind. But yeah, U.S. is saying the same thing. They're way behind. Like more people than what they anticipated is saying no to the jab, and now you've got doctors and nurses, coming out of the woodwork advising against it. Don't do it. You know, I mean, talking about six-figure doctors just walking out of their job because they won't get it. So, it's true that a few who are descendant of the ones who arrested Yeshua who live in Israel, and they tell all secret societies what to do. Pray, oh, pray for my wife, please. She's getting close to her due date with my second son. Oh, that's awesome, Galaxy.
Are you ready to start your Thornton's journey? Our team members from the face of our convenience store locations are looking energetic,
I'm going to jam with Jesus music now. Holy kisses to all. Yes, I'm Anabaptist, and I wash feet. Papa, check your email. Maranatha. Thank you for being here, Five. I appreciate you, man, and I will definitely check my email. And God bless you, and stay safe. Prayers for a safe delivery of your second son. They call themselves Jews, but are not, and are the synagogue of Satan. Everything's playing out. That's why it's so mind boggling that, well, it just comes down to belief and non believers, you know. Um, how you could look at the Bible and not see it playing out perfectly. How can anybody even doubt the Bible when everything that goes on and has went on coincides perfectly throughout the Bible? I don't know how anybody can argue that. Bonnie, 64 and in much pain, pray for me. Absolutely, Bonnie. I hate to hear that. Let's see. Don't want to miss anybody here. Night, Chris Pyatt. Thank you for being here. God bless, and you have a great week as well. Very good, Papa. Thank you, Elliot. You're very welcome, Galaxy and Bonnie. I got the requests, Lorette. I got them down. Yes, they had Messiah right in front of them, and they didn't see him as is today. But that is what the tribulation is for, right? Yeah, everything's got to come to pass. Oh, I'm sorry, Bonnie. I'll definitely be praying for you, dear. Oh, yeah. I got you for the twins. Pray for me with school. Been stressed one. Absolutely, Tigger. I'm going to put that up there by you. Let's see. And your MRI Thursday. Absolutely. It's a pretty good song to go out on. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's Let Your Love Shine Out. It's a good tune. But, all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. And everybody, please keep Cat Lady, Jim S., Sherry, B&B Homes, that Galaxy Prepper, and Bonnie. And if I've missed anybody, please let me know now. But please keep all them in your prayers tonight. And until next time, got Papa Prepper figured out about the ammo. It's actually it was hijacked via cartel allegedly. Uh, and so, in the name of Yeshua, will you now, being the maker of all things, not see us? Will you not? Will you not heal us? Amen. Thank you, Elliot. Good night, Papa. We'll keep all in prayers. Very good show tonight. Well, thank you, Maureen. Appreciate it. And we'll pray for you too as well. You too as well. I don't know why I say that. You too as well. All right, guys. Um, until next time, God bless y'all. I love each and every one of you guys. Be safe. Don't forget to kind of watch what you're being fed at church. Is the church feeding you, or is it feeding itself? I love you guys. Papa Prepper out.